Hey guys, Artist Cam MTL, and I'm bringing you the top 5 Canadian checking accounts. Stick around, you might just learn something. Okay guys, let's get right to it. Couple of disclosures right off the bat. Number 1, I'm only taking these accounts from the Big 5. That's the top 5 banks in Canada. The reason for that being, quite simply, they're some of the most stable banks in the world. So I'm only using the top 5. There are other credit unions, there are other smaller banks, online banks. This is another topic. So we're going to stay away from that. We're going to concentrate on the top 5 banks here in Canada. Secondly, I actually work for one of those banks. I am not taking that into consideration. We're looking at each bank account on paper, fees, benefits, features. This is what we're looking at. The facts will decide. Okay guys, let's jump into it. Now, number 1 and number 5, they were easy. Number 1's a little bit farther ahead of everyone else. Number 5, way behind everybody else. Okay? It was number 2, 3, and 4 was a little bit difficult to choose. We had to go into a little bit more detail. So, without further ado, I bring you number 5. Number 5, Scotiabank. Sorry guys, price looks good up front, $13.95 for unlimited transactions. Looks good. Only 2 e-transfers each month. That's unacceptable. Not a lot. A lot of people do e-transfers. Now they do have a fee waiver, but you need $4,000 per day at the end of each day for the full month. And then you'll be credited the fees back of $13.95. On the bad side, and I'm seeing this a lot lately, for seniors 60 and over, they give you only a $4 discount. So from $13.95, you're being charged $9.95 if you're 60 and over. So only $4 off. Not great. On to number 4. So, to talk about number 4, we got to talk about number 3, because 3 and 4 are like identical twins. Okay? The only thing that separates them is one has some questionable sales tactics. They've been in the news recently. And the other, well, their customer service, we'll just say, lacks a little something. Number 4, Toronto Dominion, TD Bank, which leads us to number 3, Bank of Montreal. So these 2 banks have exactly the same fee structure across the board. It's $15.95 a month for unlimited transactions. Now, at least that includes unlimited e-transfers. And they do have a fee waive option, $4,000 a day at the end of each and every day for the whole month. And your fees are waived. The $15.95 will be credited back to you. So at least that's a good thing. On the downside, again, we go back to seniors. They're credited $4. So from $15.95, they're paying $11.95 a month for unlimited transactions. Not so great. TD, they gained 4th place because of their questionable sales tactics. And Bank of Montreal, their service quality is a little lower than the others. So on to number 2. Now, number 2 doesn't have a fee waive option. And that could very well have put it way back in 5th place for that matter, only for one specific reason. They're number two. They still offer credits. If you own credit cards with them, you get fees or partial fee waived on certain credit cards and overdraft fees, and there's some nice options and credits that you can get back using your debit card at other banks within Canada. So that, and for that reason only, RBC is number two. $14.95 a month, unlimited transactions, unlimited e-transfers as well. And again, the senior fee is only $4 less, so $10.95 a month. I don't know where you're going with these guys, but you can do better. And what you've all been waiting for, guys, the number one checking account here in Canada at the top 5 banks, CIBC's Smart Account. Now, very flexible account. This is why it gets number one. For people who cannot keep a high balance and get that fee waive at the end of the month, they still have an option. They could do less transactions. So if you do less than 12 or up to 12 transactions, you're only paying $4.95 for this account. And all e-transfers are included as a transaction. If you are the type to do over 20, it's $14.95 a month, just like RBC. Unlimited transactions, unlimited e-transfers. They do have a fee waiver. It's a little bit more complicated than the others. It's a little bit lower as well, $3,000 per day at the end of each day and at the end of the month. As long as you've done one direct deposit or 2 pre-authorized debits, you'll get credited those fees at the end of the month. Now that brings me to the only negative that I can see, and it's really not so much a negative as much as I'm nitpicking here. The fee structure and the fee waive structure, it really needs to be explained. So in that aspect, it's a little more complicated, but in the end, it's a much better account. Okay guys, I hope you like it. I hope it's informative. If you have any questions about any of the accounts, any other details you might need, leave a question in the comments below. I'll be happy to help. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you think you might know somebody else who will learn something from this, click the share. By all means, click the like button if you appreciated it. And hey, click the subscribe, because stay tuned. There's plenty of more banking information coming your way. All free. So have a good day, guys. Take care.